All right. What's going on, YouTube? We're back in here. It's been a few weeks, man. We ain't been on in a few weeks, but apologize. We're back now. Hair's a little bit longer. Beard's a little bit more bushy. We've been working. We've been grinding, man. So we're here ahead of National Signing Day. It is Tuesday, December the 14th, and of course, as everybody knows, tomorrow is the big day for a lot of schools, man. So, what we're gonna do today, we're not gonna be long. We're just gonna give you, um, I'm actually gonna give you just a few recruits to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Kind of give you the lineup of who's going to be committing when and where and things of that nature. A lot of good information coming out from 247 on three and some of the other recruiting services. So, um, let's talk about what has been going on with all the decommitments with Florida getting Billy Napier, and then you got Miami with Mario Cristobal, then you got Venables taking over at Oklahoma, you got Lincoln Riley at USC, um, you got Quinn Ewers, hitting the transfer portal, the number one quarterback in the class of 2022 that actually left early, forego his senior season um, to go to Ohio State and didn't play, which I think it was all I think that was there was a method to the madness behind that. They said he had some NIL deals and things of that nature. So I don't know 100% if that's confirmed, but um, pretty sure he had some stuff on the table. Nobody just foregoes their senior season, but we could see it happen more often with him setting that precedent. So we'll see what's to come on that. But behind that, he's actually committing to Texas now. So Steve Sarkisian getting a few good quarterbacks in that room, along with Malik Murphy, fresh off a state title. So that's going to be interesting. I was waiting to see like what was going to happen with Malik Murphy. I did talk to his dad a little bit earlier in the year. When we were at the Elite 11 and the opening. So it seems like he was solid. He was a solid Texas commit at that time. As we know, the recruiting circle is like very active right now. Everybody decommitting, trying to find a home. I mean, this is crazy. This is like the Amazing Race, man, of college football. So I think it's getting hot and heavy really quick here. So, but this is the early signing period, so nobody has to make a decision tomorrow. But I feel like a lot of kids want to get on campus early because that gives them the best opportunity to be able to play in the fall, get in the system. You're not seeing a lot of the top guys waiting until summertime to get in the building, and I think that's kind of the expectation is if you want to make an impact early and often in your freshman season that you need to be on campus for spring football. So I think a lot of them are going to make quick decisions. Most notably, Jaden Gibson flipping late from Florida to Oklahoma quickly. So and I believe he got the offer from Oklahoma probably a day or two after he decommitted. I believe it was probably the next day. So I mean, pick your poison. I mean, these colleges, these guys are trying to recruit, man. They're trying to win, and they want to win right now. They know that's important. Especially Brett Venables, one of the best. He's an Oklahoma alum, Oklahoma born and bred guy. He was there with Bob Stoops during those heydays. So with Adrian Peterson and those days. So he's a staple at Oklahoma, and I'm sure he's glad to be back there. But he's doing a bang up job with just touching down, getting some solid recruits. Jayden Gibson has quickly become one of the best wide receivers in the country. So I think he was slept on early, but people are starting to wake up to him because I saw him at the opening, and he was killing kids. He was killing everybody at the opening and jumping, mossing people, running by him, you name it. Great hands, great body control. So he'll be signing with Oklahoma. It looks like tomorrow. Um, and then kind of some news. It looks like Keaton Slovis is on the move, former USC quarterback, um, and it looks like he's got a year of eligibility left. He's got 7,000 over 7,000 yards, 58 touchdowns, and 24 interceptions in the last 3 seasons at USC. Almost a 70% completion percentage. So I feel like USC should have got better. I think they kind of lacked in some areas where, obviously Lincoln Riley's going to have them put together. And I think Oklahoma was playing a little bit better defense down the stretch. So I think it's going to be key for Lincoln if he really wants to succeed and bring USC back to that success that they had early on with Pete Carroll and kind of that heyday. They're definitely going to have to get the defense part of things solved because in the Pac-12, everybody knows how to play offense, spread offense. That's what the Pac-12 is. So, and also where he came from, the Big 12. So I think defense is going to be key there to being able to play with the big dogs like Bama, Clemson, and hopefully some other guys start to emerge here with the landscape opening up a little bit. So, all right. So let's look at what's going on with signing day, and I'll kind of get in here and I'll just share the screen so we can take a look together. Let's see. All right. So, we have kind of letting you know what's going on. These are going to be the guys that are going to be committing. So you got at 8 a.m. sharp, you got 4-star running back Justin Williams is going to be committing. It looks like he is plays out of a school in Dallas, Georgia. So always some good running backs coming from the state of Georgia. It seems like they breed them. It looks like his top 2 is going to be Tennessee and Auburn. So George Heupel making a pull from there along with Brian Harsin. So be a good get for them to get him. So we'll see what happens there. He's not a highly recruited guy. He did make the top 300. Strong back. Looks like he's got some good muscle to him. So we'll see what happens there. You got at 12:30, you got 4-star linebacker Geron Willis out of Lee County High School in Leesburg, Georgia. He's looking at Arkansas, Florida State, Pittsburgh, and Oklahoma and Ole Miss. Just decommitted from Georgia Tech on December the 9th, so a few days ago. So it looks like he's going to be signing with some of these schools here shortly. A lot of people falling out of favor with Georgia Tech. I mean, they just haven't done anything since Jeff Collins has been there. So we'll see what happens with that. But he did decommit, and he's looking at Arkansas, Florida State, Pittsburgh, and Ole Miss. So, all right, let's see. And just a few nuggets about him. It looks like he takes fast angles, straight line speed, closes gaps. Haven't really got. We're based in Florida, so haven't really had a bunch of time this season to get out to Georgia and see what they have to offer. But definitely going to be one of our things as we hit the recruiting trail, hopefully sometime in the spring, to get up there and get to see some of these guys and get our hands on some of these Georgia players and see what's going on. So then you got 4-star Curtis Perry at 1 p.m. He plays D-line. Tell me he's from Georgia too. Everybody from Georgia. Live commitment. He is considering Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Texas, and UCF are all in contention. They say that, but come on. It's really going to be Alabama, Clemson, maybe Texas. So number 74 rated player. Got a pretty good ranking. Top 10 defensive lineman. And he's in the state of Alabama. So 9 times out of 10, Nick Saban is not going to lose an Alabama guy, but we'll see. And that's the one thing about Florida that needs to happen is you can't let these 4- and 5-star guys get out of Florida anymore. You got Florida State, and Miami now look to have competent coaches. They just gave Mike Norvell an extension, which I don't understand quite yet, but I mean, I get maybe he's making some more traction. I think maybe it has something to do with this recruiting class. They feel like these players have a belief in him, so maybe their belief in him goes up. He has a good recruiting class as it holds now. They're ranked number 11 by a lot of the recruiting services, so could possibly have a top 10 class if he flips a couple of these guys. So at 115, you got 4-star athlete Azarae Thomas. one of the Sunshine State's best athletes, all around players. So they say they got him listed as a defensive back out of Niceville. He's down to Florida State, Florida, LSU, and Georgia Tech. Probably going to be down to Florida State and Florida. Maybe not even Florida. I lean Florida State there just because they have the most stability at this time. So we'll see. So he's an outstanding skill player, especially in the arms, great speed. He's a do-it-all guy. He's got some good receiver tape as well. So one of those tweener back and forth guys. Florida State gets a couple guys that can go both ways, man. Watch out. They already got Travis Hunter. Just imagine them getting some other athletes in there and really being able to compete. This is their year to take the state of Florida. I mean, especially with everything, Miami, Cristobal just getting down there. They don't know what that's going to look like. He's a great coach, great recruiter in the state of Florida, but what is that going to look like in the immediate, right? So looks like a lot of the players are in a wait and see mode with them. Probably make a bigger splash in 2023 for sure. Him and Napier up at Florida. So you got Najee Kelly at 2 p.m., 4-star. See, defensive lineman out of Fort Lauderdale. And let's see. Choose between a loaded top 5 of Florida State, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Auburn, all in contention. But look, it's going to look like that. Florida State, you're going to see Florida State, Florida, and Miami jockeying for the same guys year in and year out from now on. I expect the stakes to go up tenfold, 100-fold in Florida. They're going to be offering these kids free NFTs and all kinds of crazy stuff, especially with NIL. Getting really in the swing of things. So I saw something where Lane Kiffin said today, he said, man, let's face it, these kids are picking schools where they can make the most money. And while I think that's true, I still think we're pretty early in NIL, and you got to produce on the field in order to get real money unless you're like a top 10 guy. So I think that's kind of where we're at right now. That's his opinion, and he could be right. Probably knows more than me. I mean, he's an actual coach, so we'll see. All right, so Najee Kelly. Then you got 220. They're doing these fast. 220 basically every what? Something was 2 p.m. 20 minutes later, you got 3-star edge defender Samuel Okunlola, and he looks like he's a product of Massachusetts. Way to go, Matt! I can't even say that. Just say UMass. There we go. I mean, I can't pronounce that. They don't produce many top football players, so I don't know. But let's see. So we got he's going at 220. You got schools like Pitt, Virginia, and Colorado that are in the mix for him. And let's see. All right, 3-star, 4-star, 3 p.m., 4-star wide receiver Darius Clemons. Let's see, he's out of Portland, Oregon. Sheesh. Better not get out of the state of Oregon. Let's see. Oregon ain't putting out many players either. He's probably really fast. Let's see. So he's got Auburn, Miami, Michigan, Oregon, and Penn State currently, and they believe he's going to go to Oregon. So we'll see what happens. 5 p.m. You got 4-star Malik Agbo, and he's out of Federal Way, Washington. He'll choose between top 4 teams of Texas, Oklahoma, Auburn, and Miami. So all of these schools, man, are in contention. You're hearing the same schools in contention for these players. Let's see. Looks like he's a O lineman, so it looks like he's going to play guard or tackle. And let's see what's the size on this kid. What's the size on this kid? I wish I was better at grading O linemen in high school. I mean, because you're either going to go against a really small guy. The only way you can really grade a O lineman in high school, I feel like, is if he goes up against another guy who's top tier, or who they say is top tier. Then you can really see like kind of what they're worth and who they'll be facing at the next level. But it's hard for me to grade high school offensive line talent. So unless it's like blatantly obvious, they're 6'5", 330 pounds, and they're just mowing people over, obviously. But have to take a look at that. Got to get better at that. So 530, we got 4-star edge and Nye White. And let's see, where do they have him going? Picking from 4, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia will be in the mix prior to his announcement. And said he has a kind of a frame that could probably carry up to 260, 250 pounds. Let's see, versatile as a weak side defensive end and outside linebacker, freakish athleticism, possesses elite burst at the snap. We'll see, buddy. We'll see what you got. We're going to Ohio State, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia. Okay, man, I get all these kids are great, but gotta do it at the next level. Got to, and that's what a lot of them got to understand. Soon as you commit and you sign those papers, mindset changes, switches on to the next thing. Want to be successful. All the stars and all this crap is good up until you sign the paper and you got to go play football now. And I think a lot of these guys are ready to do that, but I think a lot of them, they just love the stars and all that stuff, man. But all that doesn't matter once you get to the next level. You got to produce. So, and we've seen a lot of those got kind of 4-star big guys, like 5-star, kind of fizzle out. I'm just hoping that doesn't happen to a lot of these kids. Hoping for good things for them, and hoping they can really make that transition. So I'd like to see it. All right. So other high profile. These are probably some other guys that you probably do know. A lot of those guys I mentioned didn't really know too much. They were kind of spread out all over the country. Not too many Florida guys. So some other prospects you got Shaz Preston at 3 p.m. on ESPN. You got Zion Branch, the great DB out of Bishop Gorman. I do know him. Got some ties out there in Las Vegas. So great player. His brother also, the other Branch brother, he plays offense. So I think he's looking at USC, a couple others as well. So imagine, I'm thinking if he said he was leaning USC. So if he's leaning USC, he's probably going to get his brother. His brother's dynamic. So I'm excited to see what those two are going to do. You got 5-star DB Kamari Wilson out of IMG. I think Florida State, Miami, Alabama, vying for him. You got 5-star Marvin Jones. I want to say he's leaning towards Florida State, but I really don't know. It's really hard to say. I'd like to see more of his motor. I saw him play this year. Wasn't overly impressed by his effort and things of that nature. So I just need to see more, man. And it's hard to coach effort. He just really didn't make that big of an impact against a school that I felt he should have made an impact against. And it's one game, so it doesn't tell the whole story. But I'm interested to see wherever he does go, what he can do at the next level, and hopefully get a little bit more, get stronger for sure, and play with a little bit more urgency. So just some of the observations I made. I'm not an expert, but I do know football, and it's kind of what I've observed. So let's see. All right. So those are just kind of some of the notable names, man, that'll be committing. A lot of the shows are going to be starting at 9 to 11 p.m. Yeah. Starting at 9. A lot of them are going to run until 5 p.m. We'll try to hop on during the day, probably go live and kind of cover maybe a few of the commitments as they're happening, and kind of we'll go live and kind of see if we can get some instant reaction from people, and we'll see what happens. So excited about that. Now the last but not least, I know we're staying on 247, but a lot of these guys are going to be top tier that they think are going to make 15 ready to play recruits in the class. So let's just take a look at that. Nicholas Singleton, Penn State commit. Obviously, Penn State knows running back. So if you're going to play running back and you're going to Penn State, you're probably going to be ready. Saquon Barkley played from the beginning. Got a chance to see him his freshman year against Georgia in the Gator Bowl. Obviously, Saquon's a revelation there, but great running backs coming out of Penn State. So if they're saying he's going to make an impact, I believe it. 12.4 yards per carry. So I think that's crazy. Say he's a violent runner, hitting top end speed, and got over 2,000 yards rushing this year, and 41 touchdowns on only 165 carries. So I think we're talking big boy production there. So Nicholas Singleton. So good to see that. All right, and then let's see. And he's 206 foot, 210 pounds, stepping on campus. Goodness gracious. And obviously, everybody knows about Walter Nolan. I mean, dude's an absolute beast on that D line. You can play him all up and down the D line. Probably more of a 3 technique, but this is no surprise here. Jimbo Fisher's going to have him on the field day one for sure. So, Walter Nolan, 6'4", 325 pounds, ready made, straight out the package, ready to go. And 17 sacks. So, he can get after the quarterback at 2. Xavier Wonkpa, I got a chance to see him play at the opening. Really good guy, fluid hips, outstanding athlete, and he can play any position on the back 7, as they're saying here. So he had a great showing at the opening. So I don't have any objections to that. Luther Burden, don't know too much about him. He's a 5-star, and he's number 2 wideout. So I don't know. I should know about him, but don't really follow the rankings, man. I really like to see like what flashes. I'm not big on rankings. If you can play ball, you can play ball. I've seen plenty of kids who get ranked really high, and you go see them in person and they don't bust a grape. So, but I'm hoping if they're saying Luther Burden's going to be a good wide receiver for Missouri, I believe it. 6 foot 200. That's a ready-made frame. Screen game, of course. Yeah, if he's 6 foot 200, he's built like a running back. He's obviously gonna do well in the screen game and some short area quickness. Interested to see what he's gonna do. Obviously, everybody knows Travis Hunter, of course. I've got a chance to see him thankfully play, being in the state of Florida. I got to see him play 7-on-7 in the spring. Got a chance to see him again when they had the Seminole Showcase earlier this summer before season started. I mean, the kid, as advertised, the real deal. Never seen a high school player like him ever. He's probably the highest rated wide receiver DB. It does not matter. Best player in the country, will make an immediate impact, no question. He'd be the best wide receiver on Florida State's team today. Be the best corner on their team today. Best athlete on their team today. Best player today. So that just kind of goes to show you what he's doing out there for them. Enough said. Jalen Sneed, linebacker, Notre Dame commit. Looks like a pretty big guy. Top 50 prospect. Track and field. So got some explosiveness. Awesome. Raleigh Brown. Man, I can't say enough about this kid. Got a chance to see Raleigh Brown as well when I was out in LA earlier this summer. Just the kid is amazing, man. Like Reggie Bush, that Reggie Bush type of player. Absolutely amazing. You can't turn off the TV when you watch this kid. And USC has not had that in a long time since Reggie Bush. So, and Joe McKnight and running backs like that. So they always kept a really good running back, but haven't had one in a while. And I think Raleigh is going to do big things for them. Play slot, versatile, home run hitter from all over the field. So really excited to see him. Zeke Berry, Michigan. I don't know too much about Berry. Let's see. Say he returns kicks. Let's see. Yep. It's a safety. serious striker. So it sounds like he's a box safety. So we'll see what happens with him. Branson, I got a chance to see him. I went to the Elite Underclassmen series, so definitely got a chance to see him. Big kid. Looks good. Looks like what you want a Georgia running back to look like. He's in the weight room. So as you can see there, 5'10", 220 pounds, sledgehammer, good short area quickness, all those things I did see there. So Devin Bailey, edge. I think this got to be the kid. Oh, okay, so they're saying he's out. It looks like the same kid I saw at the underclassmen that played edge as well. But let's see, athleticism, flexibility, everything you'd want out of a defensive end. Burst. Jamarian Miller, Alabama. If you're going to Miller, 10-7. 10-7. And he's probably a bigger guy too. Nick Saban likes those big guys that can run. 10-7, 100-meter dash. I wonder what he weighs. It's like he's not the biggest kid, but hey, if he's going to Alabama, he can do something. They stack running backs. CJ Hicks, love the way this guy plays. To me, he's more of a safety in my opinion. Great. Sideline to sideline athlete. Can make every play you want on the field. Interceptions. Saw him at the opening. He played great. I like him at safety, to be honest. Box safety. Could do a lot. Adam Randall, wide receiver, Clemson commit, 6'3", 215 pounds, 10-9 in the 100. Enough said. Lander Barton, Utah, 6'4", 215. He's got the size. Jordan Hudson, wide receiver, TCU. It's like a speedster. Leverage defenses, body control, 45-foot triple jumper. So he's got natural athleticism. So just some guys to go through, man. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an update for signing day. Just kind of go through some of the guys that we're looking at and some of the guys you're going to see, signing tomorrow. So that's it. That's all I had today. Just wanted to give you guys something to kind of look into, kind of that, let's check the beat the night before and see what's going on, what's buzzing. So probably really going to have to get on Twitter and see what's going on here, because it's probably going to go radio silent here. In the next 30 to 45 minutes, it's going to start to get silent because boom, it's time to go, right? It's go time. Can't wait for tomorrow. Like I said, you guys will probably want to tune in. We'll probably go live for a little bit just to keep track of some of the commitments. We'll go live throughout the day at different points and just keep you guys updated. So tune in, like, subscribe to the channel, help us out with the algorithm. We appreciate all the support thus far. We've done great this year. As of late, like I said, we haven't posted in the last few weeks, but we hope to get back on here and give you guys, that content that you're wanting, on football, basketball, just all work. That's kind of our wheelhouse here, but we're going to definitely be getting back on the trail and getting back on the recruiting trail. I mean, football is our bread and butter. That is our year round. So that's what we're in the most, and we're fully entrenched in it. So we're happy to keep providing you guys stuff. Make comments. Please let us know what we can improve, what we're doing bad, what you want to see. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment. We really appreciate all the support you guys have given us thus far in 2021. And we can't wait to see what 2022 can hold for us. So really, really, really blessed. And I get this thing off here. So really, really blessed, man. We appreciate everything, like I said again. And hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow to get you some good nuggets and some good commitment news, hopefully for your team, whether you're Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Cali, wherever you are, man. I'm hoping good things for your team tomorrow and some good commitments. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for joining us. Have a good night.